The ingenuity of the Acropolis, how the ancient Greeks built their sacred site. The Acropolis is one of the most iconic architectural marvels in the world, located in Athens, Greece. This ancient complex of buildings, temples, and fortifications is a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient Greeks. The construction of the Acropolis began in the 15th century BCE, during the Golden Age of Athens. It took several decades to complete. Despite being over 2,000 years old, the Acropolis still stands today as a symbol of the achievements of ancient Greek civilization. The Acropolis is significant for several reasons. First, it symbolizes the cultural and political achievements of ancient Athens, one of Greece's most powerful city-states during the 15th century BCE. The Acropolis was also a religious site, dedicated to worshiping the gods and goddesses of ancient Greek mythology. The various temples and buildings on the Acropolis were built to honor different deities, including Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. The Acropolis is also significant for its architecture and engineering. The ancient Greeks used advanced techniques and materials to create structures that were functional and beautiful. The intricate carvings and decorations on the temples and buildings at the Acropolis are a testament to the ancient Greeks' mastery of art and sculpture. The Acropolis has a long and storied history that dates back to ancient times. The hill on which the Acropolis is located was inhabited as early as the Neolithic period. Still, it was during the 15th century BCE that the most famous structures on the Acropolis were built. Over the centuries, the Acropolis was damaged by earthquakes, wars, and looting. It was also used as a Christian church during the Byzantine period and later as a mosque during the Ottoman period. In the 19th century, restoration efforts were undertaken to preserve the site's historical and cultural significance. Today, the Acropolis is one of the most famous and visited historical sites in the world, attracting millions of visitors yearly. It is a testament to the achievement of ancient Greek civilization and remains an important symbol of culture and historical significance. The design of the Acropolis. The Acropolis is a complex of buildings, temples, and fortifications located on a rocky hill in Athens, Greece. It is a massive structure, covering an area of approximately 7.13 acres, 2.9 hectares, and rising to 512 feet, or 156 meters, above sea level. The layout and design of the Acropolis are impressive and reflect the advanced engineering and architectural techniques used by the ancient Greeks. The main entrance to the Acropolis is through the Propylae, a monumental gateway that was designed by the architect Ninskals in the 15th century BCE. The Propylae consists of a central building with two wings supported by columns. The main building has a large entrance hall and was used for public gatherings and ceremonies. Beyond the Propylae lies the Parthenon, the most famous and impressive structure on the Acropolis. The Parthenon was built in the mid-15th century BCE as a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena. It features an intricate design with 46 outer and 23 inner columns and elaborate sculptures and carvings. The Parthenon has undergone several renovations and restorations over the centuries and is still a remarkable example of ancient Greek architecture and engineering. Next to the Parthenon is the Erechtheion, another temple built in the 15th century BCE. The Erechtheion is known for its unique design, which features 6 caryatids, or sculpted female figures that serve as columns. Other structures on the Acropolis include the Temple of Athena Nike, a small temple that was built in the late 15th century BCE, and the Odeon of Herodotus Atticus, a theater built in the 2nd century CE. Overall, the layout and structure of the Acropolis reflects the cultural and political achievements of ancient Athens and remains an impressive testament to the engineering and architectural abilities of the ancient Greeks. The architectural style and design of the Acropolis is an impressive example of ancient Greek classical architecture. It is characterized by its use of columns, pediments, and friezes, and the precise mathematical and engineering techniques used to create symmetrical and proportionate structures. Construction techniques. The ancient Greeks were skilled builders and architects who used various techniques and materials to construct their buildings and monuments. Some of the key construction techniques used by the ancient Greeks include stonemasonry. The Greeks used stonemasonry to construct buildings and monuments. They quarried large blocks of stone and cut them into precise shapes to fit together perfectly. The most common used type of stone was limestone, marble, and sandstone. Post and lintel construction. The Greeks used post and lintel construction, which involves placing vertical posts or columns and horizontal lintels or beams across them. This technique allows for large, open buildings and was used very extensively in constructing temples. Arch and vault construction. The Greeks also used arches and vaults in their construction techniques. Hooks were used to spanning openings and distribute weight, while lockers were used to create ceilings and roofs. The most famous example of arch and vault construction in ancient Greece is the Treasury of Atreus, a Mycenaean tomb that dates back to the 13th century BCE. Marble carving. The Greeks were known for their skill in carving marble. They used marble to create intricate sculptures, reliefs, and architectural details such as capitals and friezes. Overall, the tools and materials used in the Acropolis' construction reflected the ancient Greeks' advanced skills and techniques. Their use of precise mathematical principles, sophisticated tools, and quality materials created some of the most enduring and impressive architectural structures in human history. The construction of the Acropolis was a monumental undertaking that spanned several centuries and involved numerous challenges. Some of the key challenges faced during the construction of the Acropolis were political turmoil. The construction of the Acropolis was often disrupted by political turmoil and military conflict. At various times, construction was halted due to wars or political unrest. Technical challenges. The construction of the Acropolis presented several technical challenges, such as the need to transport large stone blocks from distant quarries, and the difficulty of raising these blocks to great heights. Workers had to devise innovative techniques and tools to overcome these challenges. Financial constraints. The construction of the Acropolis was expensive, and funding was only sometimes readily available. At times, construction was delayed or scaled back due to financial constraints. The role of the Acropolis in ancient Greece. The Acropolis holds immense religious and cultural significance in Greece. It was considered a sacred site dedicated to the goddess Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. The Acropolis was the center of religious life in ancient Athens, and many important religious ceremonies and festivals were held there. The Parthenon, one of the most iconic buildings on the Acropolis, was built as a temple to Athena and housed a large statue of the goddess. Many events and rituals took place at the Acropolis throughout the year. The most important festival held at the Acropolis was the Panathenaic Festival, held every 4 years and dedicated to Athena. The festival involved athletic competitions, musical performances, and religious ceremonies, and it drew visitors from all over Greece. Another important event was the Great Dionysia, a festival dedicated to the god Dionysia that featured dramatic performances. The Acropolis was also an important political and social center in ancient Athens. The hill on which Acropolis was built was originally a fortress, and it was later used as a meeting place for the city's leaders. Many important decisions were made at the Acropolis, and it played a key role in the political and social life of their town. The buildings on the Acropolis, such as the Parthenon, also served as symbols of Athenian power and influence. They were intended to impress visitors and demonstrate the city's wealth and sophistication. Overall, the Acropolis was a site of immense cultural, religious, political, and social significance in ancient Greece. It remains one of the most iconic and enduring symbols of Greek civilization, and continues to draw visitors from all over the world, fascinated by its history, beauty, and significance. Restoration and preservation of the Acropolis. The Acropolis has faced significant damage and deterioration over time due to various factors. One of the main causes of injury is natural disasters, such as earthquakes and fires, which have occurred throughout the centuries. The Acropolis has also been subjected to pollution, weathering, and the effects of tourism. Additionally, the site has suffered from vandalism and looting over the years, including during conflict and war. Over the years, numerous restoration efforts have been undertaken to preserve the Acropolis and its buildings. Restoration work began in the 19th century and has continued to present day. Many techniques have been used to protect the site, including using modern materials and technologies such as titanium, laser scanning, and 3D printing. Conservationists and architects have also used traditional techniques such as hand carving and stonemasonry to preserve the site's ancient structures. Despite the ongoing efforts to preserve the Acropolis, many challenges remain. One of the biggest challenges is finding a balance between restoration and preservation. Some experts argue that the extensive restoration work on the site erases important historical and cultural information. Another challenge is funding, as restoration work is expensive and requires ongoing support. The site also continues to face threats from pollution, weathering, and tourism, which can cause further damage to the ancient structures. The Acropolis is a monumental structure on a rocky hill overlooking Athens, Greece. It was constructed in the 15th century BCE during the height of ancient Greek civilization, and its iconic buildings and sculptures have profoundly impacted Greek culture and history. The enduring legacy of the Acropolis is evident in its continued importance in modern times. The site remains a major tourist attraction and is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It continues to inspire artists, architects, and scholars worldwide, and its influence can be seen in countless works of art and architecture. The construction of the Acropolis was a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient Greeks. The precision and craftsmanship required to create such a complex and monumental structure are remarkable. Did you like the Acropolis? Want to see it in person one day? Let us know in the comments. So this was all for today's video. Make sure you have hit the bell icon for upcoming videos, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.